Great rising, great being, great ending, depending on what part of the day this reaches you. I'm sorry it's so late, I'm sick, but again, y'all encourage me to encourage greatness. So we gotta keep the show going. So far I wanna just appreciate everybody who's viewed and watched. Thanks for the support. Again, if you're watching this and you like, and you want more videos, please make sure you subscribe and you like and you share the content with anybody you feel it resonates towards. This is the ending of the Great Rising series. So this will be the last video for the Great Rising series, and then we gonna continue on to the next, you know. A couple videos ago, we spoke on, you know, feeding your strengths. It was two parts of that. I just wanted to kind of separate it because I wanted you to have a little insight on the other aspects of things as well. So, feeding your strengths. In that video, if you can recall, or if you haven't seen that video, it'd be good to stop and go watch that video first and then come back to this one. But we kind of basically just talked on knowing, basically knowing where you're good at, knowing your lane, you know what I'm saying? Knowing who you are to best put yourself in the situations where you can win. You know what I mean? So where you determining the outcome. One of the biggest ways to feed your strengths is to know your weaknesses. Simple as it, you know. Easiest way to feed your strengths is to know your weaknesses. You have to know what it is that you have to work on. You have to know what it is about you and your journey, your personality, your being, your energy, right? That distracts you or detours you or basically just hurts your chances of being the greatest you can be. The greatest I know you can be. The greatest you know you can be. You know, a lot of times people run away from their weaknesses and they hide from them. But that doesn't fix anything. You know, that doesn't fix anything, running from what hinders you and hiding from it, or not even hiding from it, just ignoring it, or not even being open-minded to it. It's one of those three. Either you are afraid to admit your weaknesses, you know, so you run away from them, or, like I said, you may not even know what your weaknesses are. But at the end of the day, that critical information is information that better suits you. You know what I mean? So I encourage people to, you know, face their mistakes, look at their mistakes, because that's where you learn from. That's how you keep yourself from making the same mistakes. That's how you better yourself. That's how you strengthen your attributes, your repertoire, whatever you got in your bag. You see what I'm saying? The more knowledge, the more insight, the hindsight that you have on yourself, the more in control of you are. The more you control your situations, the people in your life, compared to just your surroundings, you know. There's nothing wrong with, you know, sitting back and owning up to what has the potential to be your downfall. Because if you don't know what has the potential to be your downfall, how can you prevent it? How can we prevent the delays? How can we prevent certain circumstances from occurring if we don't know what the hell we looking for, or that it's even a problem? See, if you're going through all your life always thinking, you know, you good, I feel like that's setting yourself up to fall even harder, because now you're not prepared for said mistakes, or you're not prepared for to handle, you know, something that you may lack in because you've ignored it for so long. You know, your weaknesses, they're only weak because you don't practice with them. It's just like your muscle system, you know, your muscle structure. If you're not using certain muscles, they're gonna go weak on you. And it may be a time where you in a situation where you might need that muscle, but that muscle can't even help you because it's too weak. And the reason it's too weak is because you didn't know. You didn't know you was gonna have to work that muscle out, because you didn't know you was gonna be in this situation where you needed to, I guess, hang on for dear life for 30 minutes. Because all your life you've been doing your push-ups and your sit-ups, right? And everybody, everybody around you, they feeding into that. They being yes people. Yeah, you look great, you look good. But nobody told your ass to go hit no pull-ups. So now when you in a position where you need to pull yourself up, you can't even do it for the simple fact you didn't even know you had a weakness. It's this persona of perfection in this world, and we all know it doesn't exist. But yet we try to imitate it and try to be it. That's not human. Trying to be perfect, that's not human. Nobody's perfect, and everybody knows nobody's perfect. So you can have all the money in the world. You can dress as good as you want to do. You can drive the flyest car, but everybody knows there's something going on in everybody's life that's not right. So this facade of I'm so strong and I don't need help. I don't need to work on this or lean towards that. I gotta get rid of that shit, because honestly, that's our biggest problem. Especially in the black community. I didn't want to tie this to, but it's a good chance for me to. See, in the black community, we don't talk enough on our own weaknesses. We always speaking about what somebody else is doing us to make us weak, but we don't ever speak about our own weaknesses, our own problems. So now, when you have an individual like Kanye, who speaks and says something that's so utterly mind-blowing, y'all don't know how to accept it because y'all didn't even know the weakness he's speaking on. It's the same exact shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So, again, knowing yourself is the number one key to all this. You have to find your own truth. What I'm telling you, it's not universal truth. It's my truth that I'm trying to exalt out into the world, so maybe it can help you in your journey and your path for the truth, the individual truth, your truth. Everybody's truth, everybody's perspective is based upon, what they've been through in life. Now, some people might be like, well, why you doing this if it's based? I'm doing this because we reflect off each other. Don't ever think that out of all these people in the world, out of all these races, out of all the ages, out of all the sexes, you are the only person with that problem. No. No. We're not. So until we realize that, it will always be a divide between lower self and higher self. Good and evil when it just needs to be. We just need to be. Just need to be great. Be the best you. But in order to be the best you, you have to know the rest of you. Not just some of you, not just part of you, all of you. All of you matter. Mind, body, and soul, you matter. We are only as strong as our weakest link. I know you've heard that saying, especially if you played sports, you know. We only as strong as our weakest link. Now put that shit with me, myself, and I, with you, and you. Tell yourself when you get up in the morning, tell you I'm only, you know what I'm saying, man. I'm only as strong as my weakest link. But for that to even be valid, you gotta know your weakest link. You gotta know that you have a weak link, or that you may get a weak link. At some point in time, it's gonna be a time where you have to face it, where you have to face your weaknesses to really overcome, you know, to really embrace your strengths. I do this to try to encourage and strengthen everybody's self-awareness, self-love, because as a humanity, I think that's our weakest link. So whatever you do today, make sure you do it positively. Even if you run into anything negative, know that you are in control of how to handle that situation, or how you let the situation handle you or manipulate you. You are in control. Nothing stops you. Nothing stops. It's a mind thing. Like right now, I'm sick as shit. But because I'm really doing something that I love, it doesn't bother me. It's like I'm not. You know what I mean? It's a mind thing. It's all about where your awareness is. Is your awareness in the sick? Or is your awareness nothing stops it? You feel me? That's greatness. When nothing stops you, it's greatness. So I want everybody to attack today with a purpose. Know your purpose. And be ready for this next steps. Make sure you watch all the videos. Make sure you really digesting it and applying it to you for when it's applicable to you. Again, I'm not trying to force nothing on anybody. I'm just expressing what I've encountered and endured with my being, my energy, my vibes, and how you may be able to apply some of my universal knowledge into your universal knowledge. As always, it's one love. I appreciate you. I thank everybody. Even if I got one view, to that one viewer, I thank you, because you are part of that spark. See, it's a few of us out here who's trying to spark some shit, you know. So if you're watching this and you're sharing this and you're reading into this, that's you. And I appreciate you. I thank you. And I can't wait to really dig even deeper. See, we just scratching the surface. We gonna dig real deep, you know. So the next series, we gonna start actually learning about ourselves, you know. And we're gonna break down, you know, the different aspects to who we are. And you know, I can't. I'm trying to say this without saying too much, because I don't want to give a lot away. But at the end of the day, my goal is for you to have a better understanding of yourself and to get you to think otherwise. Other than you were trained to. So I'll catch you guys next time. Again, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, whatever, questions, whatever, man. I'm an open book. Don't be scared. The universe is calling you. If you're watching this, don't be scared, man. Answer it. It'll change your life. You never know what awaits, man. One love.